So welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna be doing this beautiful glitter eye. It looks like a cut crease, but we're not gonna cut the crease. You're gonna see some tricks today. So I'm gonna start filling in her eyebrows. This is the Nika K eyebrow pencil. I believe the shade is dark brown, and she has really nice full thick brows. So I don't have much filling in to do. I'm just gonna lightly pass the pencil where the hairs are a bit sparse, and then just fill it in, not too harsh. She already has more than enough eyebrows. And I'm just doing the other side. I'm using the spoolie end to push the product into her skin and to blend it in with her hair. And those are what her brows look like. And I'm gonna start cleaning up her eyebrows. So I'm using Juvia's Place number 12 concealer to start cutting out her eyebrows. So I'm just using my flat detailer brush. I'm gonna underline it and then pull some of the product down onto her lid to help it blend better. That's how you see sometimes when you do your eyebrows and you get that little line, like the little halo, concealer halo. This is how you kind of prevent that from happening. Bring it onto the lid, and then I'm just blending it out with a damp beauty blender. I'm using the flat side of my beauty blender to get close to her brow where I filled in, and then I'm just gonna tap away the excess and press. This also like presses the product into her skin, makes it more seamless. And I'm just blending it down over her eyelid. So I'm using the Helene Cosmetics eyeshadow base to prime her lids. This is like a nice cream beige color. This is really good for like matte eyeshadows as well. So this primer. So this purple is from the James Charles palette. It's like the really the only, yeah, the other purple is like a shimmer. So this is like that grape purple color from the James Charles palette. And then I'm using Dreamy and Bow Down from the P. Louise palettes. They're like orange shades to blend out that purple. I just felt like the orange would go really well against her skin tone. And I'm just blending that out with a fluffy eyeshadow brush. Now I mix that purple from the James Charles palette with a little bit of black eyeshadow to give me like a deep plum color to help add some contrast into her lid. And I'm just using a small eyeshadow brush to pack it on, and then I blended it out using the purple. So next, this is Inglot 94 gel liner. It's like a metallic base. So when I do glitters, I love to use this liner as the base because the metallic from that against the glitter really gives it like a nice pop. And I'm not exactly cutting her eye. I'm just placing it over her lid. This gives it the illusion that I did a cut crease, but you really didn't. And then I'm using some duo lash glue over her lid to stick my glitters. I don't use glitter glue. I use regular lash glue. It works fine for me. And I'm applying my first glitter shade. This is a mix of different sizes and also different shades of purple mixed together. So I'll take like chunky glitters, fine glitters, maybe even some pigment, and mix it together, make my own little mix. And also I use like different shades of one color, you know, just to give it some nice contrast, make it look like you did a whole bunch of work but you really didn't. And just did the same thing with a gold. So I took like different shades of gold, so like rose gold, yellow gold, different sizes of the glitters I mixed together, and I'm applying some gold. Now I wanted just a little bit more of a pop in the middle, so I added some more lash glue, and now I'm pressing like a lilac purple over the middle. So that way the lighter glitter in the middle gives it a little bit more of a pop. And I'm using J. La Rue Sizzler pigment to tie everything together. These pigments are very fine, but they give like a glitter effect. So I love putting them on top of glitter. Sizzler has like a bit of a purple and pink reflex to it, so it's really pretty. And this is just the same steps repeated on the other eye, just to give you like a different angle to see how it came out. Those colors really played nice on each other. I love the golds against the purple, and then the lilac tied it all together. So I'm adding the lilac now. And then here adding some Sizzler from J. La Rue Cosmetics. And see that little bit of pink reflex you can see already in her inner corner. It's really pretty. So for liner, I'm using my Wet n Wild black liquid liner per usual. Now I'm just drawing out my wing. Some people do the wing first and then add the glitter, but I like to do the wing after, and this is what it looks like. Right now I'm just applying some moisturizer. After I cleaned up her face, that is, I applied some moisturizer and I'm just blending it out, pressing it into her skin with my damp beauty blender. This is some Milk of Magnesia to help keep her matte. And I'm doing the same thing, just pressing it into her skin. Now I'm applying foundation. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation in shade 370. And now I'm going to clean up the top of her brows with her foundation shade. And again, just blend it out with my damp beauty blender. So you want to do this in like a tapping motion, and then just press it into her skin as well. You don't want to drag the foundation or swipe. This is how you get like streaks and lines. So whenever you're blending out, you always just want to tap, 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 tap in. So again, with my Juvia's number 12 concealer, I'm going to highlight her face. It looks a little bright. I know y'all know I love a bright highlight, but also her face is a bit darker than her chest. So I did match her like a mix between like her neck and her chest to give me her foundation shade. So I'm using a really light concealer to highlight so that it kind of ties in her chest complexion more. And again, just blend out the edges from under her eyes. Then I'm blending out the rest of the face. I will let the product sit under her eyes just a little while I blend out the rest of her face. This helps to give me like a bit more coverage under the eyes. I let the concealer set for a little while, and then I go back in and blend out under the eyes. This is the last part of the highlighting process that I blend out. I always leave the bottom of the eyes for last. That way I maximize my product coverage when you let it set a little while, and then go back into blending out. And I'm just doing the other eye, and I'm using whatever is left over on my sponge to pass under her jawline. So this is already gonna help me start contouring. So pretty. She's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, Cherise, Jesus. And this is ColourPop concealer. I believe this is shade dark 50. So it's not too dark, it's just giving her a bit of a bronze. Remember, under her eyes are really dark. Like, look at the contrasting colors compared to her under eye and the concealer that I used to contour. It's close to her skin tone, but when it goes with her under eye concealer, it's just right. And I'm setting that with some Laura Mercier translucent powder. These are the tinted ones. My sticker came off, so I can't remember the shade exactly, but they have the tinted ones now. So that was that one, the darkest tinted one. And I'm pressing it over the areas that I used to highlight. Now I'm using MAC Studio Fix powder to set her contour. This is NW58. You guys know I love red undertones to contour, so I always use NW products to contour, because you know they have warm undertones. And I'm using a small eyeshadow brush to contour her nose a little bit, just to add some more dimension into her nose, because we took away the shape with the foundation and the concealer. So we're just putting it back. And I'm tying up the eyes now. So I'm going back in with that purple. I'm adding some sizzler to the inner corner of her eye. See how pretty that looks? Now it looks a little white in the jar, but look at the color, like when you actually put it on. So pretty. Oh my gosh. Sizzler just like really tied everything together. And now I'm dusting away the rest of her powder on her face using the Black Radiance powder. This is in Cafe. And I'm just dusting away her powder and setting her face. So this is like her powder shade to set her face. Now I'm adding some blush. This is actually just an eyeshadow I use as blush, because I was being lazy. I didn't want to look for my blush palette. So I just used this like really nice carrot orange kind of red color as blush, and it came out very beautiful. See, it's not even too bright. And I'm using the Anastasia highlight palette. Sorry, this is Bronze Glow to highlight. And it's perfect for brown skin girls. I love this highlight shade. I'm going to put some over her nose, on her cupid's bow, and her brow bone. And I'm just adding some lipstick. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. I believe this is Abu Dhabi. And that's it. She's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Here's a picture of the finished look. So pretty. And thanks for watching.